tell whether the smoke rose or fell, said my friend Jabari leaned up against this brick wall we all called seawall as if it knew it had a hold in. That one too many times place outside our middle high school where we drank anything with a burn, where we smoked hairspray dipped herb through an aluminum Coke can, pulling screaming poltergeist through a closet door. This is where we first really learned about metaphor. Seawall's call to arms sounded like that sloppy progression towards getting too drunk to remember whether you lost your virginity or if somebody else found it. Stumbling, whalebone ivory, industrial commodities we students, I suppose called so because we were supposed to be studying something, would write our names in chalk on that brick wall because we all knew that chalk, like our youth, would last forever. So our esophaguses would asphyxiate on purpose. Pause. Rewind, so we'd asphyxiate our esophaguses on purpose. Trying to stub out the very improbability of our lives, asking each other to find the strength in their hands to return blackness back to our eyes. I can't breathe. This smoke is both rising and falling, and I know that when I wake up for those 20 minutes, I won't understand what I see and what could be more beautiful. And somewhere between the first time I sagged my pants to my knees and the last time she ever admitted to needing me for more than conversation, I let her fuck me like a hospital bed, fill me with enough sickness that I might remember what it might feel like to feel alive, but we both came and that plan caught backfire and our bodies became brick walls covered in chalk, trying to hold each other like stumbling drunk. Like stumbling drunk was a thing that we'd want. If we weren't so scared to death of what sober might involve, maybe then I'd remember her last name. Esophagus. Or the last I can't stop screaming goes back into the closet from that day forth. I became a truckload of explosives, slow rolling with my ghost fleet down the freeway, never admitting we needed shoulders to hold us if we ever broke down. Supposed to be born already knowing how to fix ourselves when piston fires shoot shotgun smoke at our broke down mouths, both rising and falling like that last empty gas chamber in a gun. See y'all at Seawall, us students would see walls build higher every day as our classrooms became more like calendars and my faggot perfected its swagger impression. What? My teachers impressed on us the importance of lessons, not enjoying to learn, but learning to enjoy being taught. I wonder if these metal detectors are searching for gold in kids' hearts every day. They pass through these machines, harvest their thoughts, and we all knew an education was just something else that you bought. So we learned to hold each other like brick walls. Like our arms was the smoke in our chest, like we were two trucks colliding on an interstate, hoping to leave some explosive impression we left behind. To all my friends I do not speak to from back then. Remember how we wrote our names in permanent marker on each other's skin, how this would be all we'd ever mean to each other. How something that could last forever would either rub off or bleed in. Come on, Sam! Can I get a suggestion? That's like a gesture you do with your body and then you scream every time you see it? Like, it could be anything. Just do some shit with your body. You passive audience. Okay, so it's this. Every time, it looks so natural. Every time I do that, you know, buck wild, like you were.
Let's have a test. He's so good.
Thank you. I'm gonna say another poem. You guys want to hear another poem?
Yeah. Tell us a poem.
Do that one.
No, do the other one.
I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight when you stopped to say hello. You wished me well, but couldn't tell that I've been crying over you, crying over you. I'm told that when I was born, I cried like a baby. For 2 years, I shed little but tears and placenta. ascend to web constant, causing my parents to leave me in the hallway of our apartment hoping someone would come take me away. They never did. Probably because no one wants someone else's crying kid, and babies are fucking stupid. I rarely remember crying since. Maybe I got it all out, over and done with then, or maybe I got conditioned a little too masculine. Calls of faggot echoed in bullet chamber mouths while we slap boxed with pill bottles, sucker punched the liquor cabinets, and waited outside during thunderstorms, hoping to feel something electric. This is back when I'd only known sadness for like hours at a time. Back when that putrid well run dry. I remember driving my brother's car to anywhere where darkness was and slapping the fuck out of my face in front of the rear view mirrors until the skyscrape lines below my eyes mirrored those on the front windshield. Spent hours peeling onions to Nina Simone's baritone lows on repeat while watching floodwaters on TV trying to replicate some release. When Alan died, hit by a truck while running to save his life, I watched his family's tears turn his final resting place into an ocean bed, so instead, I wrote him a note from a page in my notebook, tore him into tear-sized pieces, and dropped each of them into the wood like sea foam lost in ocean. My mother, she cries when I wear women's clothing. My father, while watching father-son commercials on television in silence. My friend Oscar told me he's had trouble crying ever since he started taking tea, and I know there are only so many times that Mufasa's dying cries could cause a physiological response in me. Most recently, I watched a woman bike uphill on 16th Street while weeping. Each tear, a chandelier crashing to the dining room floor. 88 keys played hard in unison against the pavement. A backhand slapping the asphalt, getting back at this city, which only holds our secrets until it starts raining and our hearts get sewer swept to sea. See, this is why our oceans are filled with debris. They are the basins of our once most closely held beliefs, cast from our bodies and released. What beauty is we human is beauty is we. This motherfucking poem is for we, for those of us who seek to weep like the Holy Grail was filled with salt water, whose eyes scour Margaret. Pause. I think everyone should turn off their cell phones.
Really good idea.
You know.
Great idea.
Thanks,
Rewind.
Esophagus. Saltwater, whose eyes scour May gray skies jealously, cursing rain clouds for their luck, who seek to medicalize all their emotional stuff, who succumb to sour silence, stone butch to our fears, and who know there is no use crying over spilt tears.